think you could see that the Stallions had some really good anti-strats, especially on sub-base, prepared for buy shot. So you're gonna need some more good ideas. Continue here. Looking to get it started on the right foot on their map pick of Eagle Eye.
Go into the action. Let's see who can draw that first blood here. There's a bit of a iffy showing from EP in that previous set. AG.AL, clearly the stronger team of the two, but now going to be looking for that rebound. But already, it's going to be JJ Hay finding Mino off the rip.
Yeah, Mino likes to hover around that bridge area. That's a great pick to find here. And open up a lot of space on the map for you as the Stallions can take their time. This is all just a show of force over at B so far. See if they opt to grab the C4 and make a change of direction or not, but right now being held back at A by a deep smoke. Just a matter of if No is going to try to challenge Zay up here in the hotel, and just going to back off. Throw some nades of their own.
Smokes out, but look at this rotation.
Yep.
Everybody from Evolution Power away from this A site. It's just going to be space given up. These smokes seemingly have fully convinced them that that's where the C4 is going to be headed, but now it's just going to have to be a retake scenario for them as A gets ready to come through relatively for free. XQQ can find something, but that first fishing shot doesn't find anything at all. And that's going to be YZK now taking down KLP. It's further expounding on the lead already established. And this is going to be Evolution Power off to a bit of a rough start.
They're going to try to come from the flank angle. Somewhat
Everything's watched.
Yeah.
KLP claims another. They're able to find a single elimination here. Gets himself a second. Now needing 3 more would have to be an ace clutch. Gets his way to the third, but cannot make a full go of this. So opening round here on their pick goes the way of Stallions.
Yeah, just a really good fake sell. Something they didn't do a ton of against Byshot. So you can see here, they've got a lot of patience early in the round, saving those smokes for critical moments, using 2 to sell the fake, and then having another one delay the post plant. Make sure that the retake was going to be that much more difficult for the side of Evolution Power. YH way out front here.
First swing here. Trying to get that timing, but will end up falling. Gets a good amount of damage on the Lloyd, but can't quite confirm that kill. Zay will still be able to come up with the goods, holding down this hotel angle for now.
Oh, grenade actually catches Loy there. Nice work here by Evolution Power. Counter. Oh no, finds the headshot onto Zay. Evens it up 3-3.
Critical one to come through. XQ as well, down low on HP. 30 some odd health. As C4 going to be scooped up here. Quick pick, able to get away from that shot. KLP does not take him down.
Explore towards mid. XQQ right around the corner here. The sniper already tagged up. Finds the first, finds a second.
Finds a second, looking for that third. Can't make it happen, but he's done wonders here for the squad. Mino there around the corner, looking for that quick scope, but the spray out. Mino will be able to find him with the AR, and that is going to be us tied up now 1-1.
Yeah, Coach Nice letting them know that that was a nice one. Good job. See if they can keep it going. Early pick. Not quite there, but they did so much damage. They're able to find the grenades. They're able to hold the line at Hotel for the initial kill. Solid defensive protocols for Evolution Power Gaming. Zay gonna change angles as soon as he sees No there. I'm sure No is aware. He's probably tucked in behind the desk. So couldn't find an early pick. Just waiting out these smokes a little bit. Seeing if No is going to try to get back on that angle quickly. Re-smoke of that. Zay's just being patient. Getting this out for that quick flank potentially. This time around, looks like they're going to go for the big hit. Fake being sold, but one flank angle being created. By JJ.
Decision. Oh, what a repeat here from XQQ. A bold one, but comes away with that elimination, and now Loy going to be taken down as well. Flank still coming in. Zay wrapping around the back. They'll be able to intercept them in case they try to rotate out. Still 1 minute and 15 seconds. 4 down on the ground here for now. It looks like trying to explore in towards mid in this connector. Right now, Evolution Power, they've got very solid coverage here on the map. Knowing Zay about the clash, and there you have it. Zay gets the jump. Now it's 5-2, and about to be 2-1.
JJ going on a deep explore. This might catch him off guard.
Just a bit, but yeah, kind of needed KLP with that distraction to buy a little bit more time. Finds the first, but YH, yep, plants his feet, finds the kill, and that's going to be EP finding the lead.
I mean, JJ there in mid just couldn't find his moment to try to cut through the link towards the site. Just never felt comfortable. It just got shut down so quickly with those sniper rifles. This time around, no util there to try to set up the hit. They try to catch him a little bit off guard, but timing and patience good. This time they're gonna try to check this angle again. No, it's often on that early job of trying to contain Zay. Zay eventually found his way around their backside. So it's a big problem, something that they want to address here early. Keep those flanks a little bit more clear. Oh.
There it is, there's the spot, and XQQ. It's good for the opener once again. Loy on the floor, no, trying to scale forward here towards the hotel. Zay again, just keeping himself saddled behind this desk. Bush gets ready to come through. YZK here to try to back him up, and Zay striking first, and there you go. The follow-up peek, the follow-up kill. Another 2v5 scenario. C4 in hand here for JJ Hay, needing to try to breach this position. He'll be good for one shot there on the Mino, but now bomb is down on the ground. KLB in around the back, going to be spotted out. He's surrounded. Swing coming in, and XQQ will be able to take it down 3-1. Evolution Power looking a bit more jazzed up, maybe treating that previous series as a little bit of a warm-up here as they try to lock up a third-place finish.
For sure. They're just doing a great job of holding their angles, being in the right places at the right times. Good backup for Zay. Having a tough time are the Stallions. Some of those early snappy kills.
Well, it's going to be a quick hit.
Yeah.
Zay kind of sensing this, plays back a little bit further, but he's going to be spotted, shoulder peeking out, and that headshot is able to come through. So Loy this time not going to be the first death, will be the first killer. YZK pivots across, and Loy is out for blood. Maybe looking for a little bit more, almost gets timing there with the util in hand, but draws back down and finds himself a third elimination. Loy's going crazy here. Really helps get them back into this round. Still going to be a 2v3, however. As Stallions wrap around here in towards the B site.
It's one way to deal.
Flank being watched for no on the swoop. That's going to be a leg spotted out. Headshot found. XQQ now having to do it all. Finds the first. Sees where the nade's coming from. Finds the second. KLP dead. Smoke going to be lobbed in. No, spotted. Gets an immense amount of damage through. QQ should have known that he's crossed. He doesn't read it though. And no, will be able to find him from up over the top.
Yeah, just turn up the tempo here. Stallions, something they're really good at. Just running and gunning. This time around, they read the positions early, and Loy coming up huge on these entries. Smashing doors in for his team, giving them a huge advantage in the round. SQQ still almost good for one.
Oh, nade. One's a little bit shallow. YZK on the peak. Still able to find the kill there despite all the grenade pressure up and over the top. Now Mina trying to come to the rescue. He ends up falling to the wayside, as will YH. Zay is now trying to get involved, but misses the moment there as KLB turns back. And just like that, yep, attack pause is going to be coming through. Wheels starting to come off a little bit here, so wanting to try to right the ship, as that will be us tied up once again at 3-3.
Yeah, I got to talk about how you can shore up this B defense a little bit more. Look good early. This time, you know, it's hard when the pace is so strong from the Stallions, when initially they were actually a little bit slow. They turned up the tempo. That's where Evil Power is having a tough time keeping up. Gonna see if they can figure things out a little bit. Maybe get those more steady crossfire positions. Be a little bit more careful about those bridge timings. That is where all eyes and attention are consistently for the Stallions. They've done their homework. Something that Evil Power showcased last time they played this map. They love to sit on this bridge, try to set up these crossfires. If your opponents are a step ahead, a little bit more aware of it, you can actually counteract it by getting on both sides of it. Making it pretty difficult. Probably talking a little bit about how they want to position it. Make sure that these kind of things don't keep happening. But pretty even start. Good couple of rounds, though, on the BL side. Giving you some hope here as the Stallions. You can absolutely get this done today.
Certainly can. I mean, did see them firing, at least in that first map versus Baisha Gaming. We know that they are capable of it. We know that they could certainly pull this one off. Especially after the weaknesses exposed in the previous series. Keyless are these frames. Third place still could fill that void here for either of these teams. So 3-3, we go back into the action. KLP, XQQ is going to be able to find a headshot.
At the read. He's looking for that angle through the crack in the wall. It's out. Gonna get some attention on the other side of the map. Evil Power actually playing pretty far back now in terms of where they're at over on B, but on A, that's where the heavy stack is. That's where the lean is. Boy, somehow, some way, just gets another.
Moving forward. They got a pretty good idea of his position now, so just kind of trying to be dialed in on this as much as possible, trying to flush him out. Swoop coming through. YH is going to be able to find the one, but No is there to trade it back. Forward, just going to be repositioning, finds himself alone here on the site. C4 still disconnected position for the moment. Not necessarily sold on this one quite just yet. Because my God, if he hit that through the smoke off the jiggle peaks, it would have been monstrous.
He's going to wait for a timing here. Either come back through the link or wrap all the way around through mid.
This damage can be found there. No. Falling low. This frag grenade just could be his demise, but no. He fights back, finds a headshot. Catching the re-wrapping XQQ. Now suddenly on the back foot here are the players of Stallions. But Zay arriving on the flank is able to find the first. KLB getting tagged up, trading back some damage here alongside Mina, who eventually gets flushed out by JJ. Exactly where Zay is at. He's going to now try to rotate. Re-wrap up through mid, through the connector perhaps. C4 not yet planted, now going down here on the ground. Time starting to work against EP here. Finds the first, but there's the jump from behind. Great positioning. Stallions able to go ahead and reestablish a lead.
Yeah, even after that early pick found, it's Loy again, who is just doing a phenomenal job on the entries. That is making things really difficult for Evolution Power Gaming. There's that late backstab from KLB. They're right back into the lead. Anticipating that maybe Zay was going to try to play a little bit further forward again, so use a little bit of util there just to check. Deep smoke keeps them at bay. That's kind of part of the name here as BL on this map sometimes, is just waiting out some of those early smokes. Just trying to find your time to get in there with your own. You might have to cede a little map control, but saving that utility.
Oh, Zay. Spotted there on the bridge. Pushing another smoke forward there, just keeping that angle. Denying that vision away from the snipers. Maybe even just quickly scaling off of this. I mean, look at the push that he's going on. If he continues on this route, he might be able to have an even bigger backstab than he had in the previous. Well, he's going to be held back. Nades now starting to fly. Exec here onto the A site. About to begin. Some damage. Tagging up KLB here on the approach. Still 66 health to try to work with XQQ. Finding one. The scale forward. Shut down. XQQ with a second shot. But now everybody on the A site displaced and picked apart. JJ does get tagged up, but still breathing. Spots the flank here around the back. Quickly tucks away as Mino now goes down. And it's all on Zay. Frag grenade not going to be finding the damage that he was looking for. Shots flying through. JJ's position now confirmed. Finds it. Turns up towards the site itself, and no. We're down to 30. Pretty even health amongst the two, and he misses the head. Doesn't spot him through the window. Without that registration, no, it gets the upper hand, finds the kill, and that's the lead now stretched.
Yeah, and it's going to be at least a positive half for the Stallions. Could even take this up to 6. They're looking so good on these entries. Everybody just so on point. That time throwing a ton of util. Zay just can't get there in time. XQQ finds that opener again. This time against KLB. Zay's tucked in. He's in the stairs. I don't think they have any idea that he got here. This is crazy. It's so hard to do this.
Oh, and just over the top. Peek down, got him dead to rights, but Loy again, huge kill. That's XQQ gone. Gets rid of the top frag, but they still have to worry about this flank. Little ratty lurk here from Zay. Looking for his opportunity. Bounds up onto the half wall. Hasn't turned back though. And Loy, he's actually spotted him out. They've actually avoided catastrophe, and now they're swarming. Looking to try to get us around here on this player. So Zay now has to play defensively. Smoke down to try to cover him. Loy up close and personal, just barrel stuffs it for the kill and finds himself a third before getting taken down. Loy's just doing wonders at the moment here for the Stallions. As now the slow creep forward. No, just scouting things out. Says, yep, all clear on the B site front. C4 to be planted and EP to get the bad news.
I mean, Zay there. Oh. You're going to be kicking yourself for leaving that when you did.
He could have found the C4. He just didn't check around that mid position long enough. Actually get the spot out, and no, immediately shuts down any cheeky attempts. A fantastic round here for Stallions. He said we're already guaranteed the lead. Now they're looking to stretch it even further.
Yeah, 6-3 in the half. That is a phenomenal BL side on Eagle Eye. They are so well drilled, but it's Loy. Loy is all over the place right now. He is winning so many battles out in the open for you. He's so well prepared. The crosshairs right where they need to be every single time. That is just crazy good stuff. But man, Zay, just a little more patient, or just sticks in that hole for a while longer. Wait for the Stallions to really commit to something. Oh well.
The thing is, Loy isn't even the top fragger right now. Not even for his team, let alone the lobby.
That's crazy.
But the impact kills that he's found have just been so pivotal in turning these rounds. See if that's going to continue here. As for now, XQQ just dialed in, trying to see if anyone goes on a peek, but they're not really giving him any chance at all.
Yeah, it's a 3-2 split. Looking to see if you can piece any of this together. It's hard sometimes. Teams will just keep themselves tucked in positions where you basically have to commit. YZK. Checking for the push out. There's a smoke still there. Maybe after that, Stallions will think about going somewhere. Up in the tower goes XQQ. And for that rooftop player. LP watching it as well, so the team's kind of at least respecting some of that high angle. Sniper, oh, XQQ again.
Does get rewarded for it. Fall damage. Dropping down here. Frag grenade over towards that connector while YH tries to scale forward. Loy, however, still fighting. KLB finding himself a kill as well, looking for a second here potentially. Places himself in with a flashbang, swings the corner. Mino now going to be taken down as there's the finisher on to XQQ. And Stallions continue onward here in this second half.
KLB there, just holding the line. What a nice flash. Gets it so it lands at his back so he doesn't get caught by the bad side of it. And he's just willing to swing out, take the fight, and take the fight he does. Knocks a bunch of them down. Beautiful. 3 kills in the round for him. Puts him up to 6.
Oh. A chance to really fire off the shot there. Early damage suffered. Repositioned, checking that no one's lurked their way up behind this box. Nothing spotted, but it just feels like right now Evolution Power are widely relying on execute to try to find some kind of opening.
Even when he does find those opening picks, they can't seem to collect themselves afterwards. Start getting out fragged. Oh, God.
Spot on the 1. Just drifting back across to the opposite side, just fully re-swinging over to try to reinforce a B. But Loy again. Finding Zay. YH starting to try to creep his way forward. Is able to find one. Mino gets another no. Going to be taken down. A 4v3 with YH low on HP. But now here comes the backstab. Loy around the back. Finds himself another couple of kills. JJ Hake gets involved. And it's just XQQ to try to clutch it out. To try to close this gap. This is the first shot. Draws back down to the pistol. KLP just kind of trying to draw attention here. As all the shots are just going wide. He cannot hold his own. And Stallions are 2 rounds away from running away with this opening map.
A timely backstab there, right as they're trying to retreat and regroup, reset, try to rethink their strategy. And Loy comes up with the goods. Gets 2 there, absolutely devastating flank. What more can you do? Well, that's not great.
No, it's not. Stallions are hungry for it. Gotta suspect that even having surpassed a lot of expectations, still gonna be feeling a bit down and out after the earlier performance, not being able to really draw blood against Baisha. Seemed pretty fired up overall, but at the moment, struggling a little bit here as XQQ wins that fight out against No. JJ Hay trying to drop down, trying to be the hero, but eventually will fall, and it seems like there's still yet a bit more fight here on the side of Evolution. KLB, what more can he do? Boss is gonna come through. Stallions wanting to be able to pump the brakes a little bit and ensure that they close out these final 2 rounds.
I think just getting a little over-eager there, going for some big plays. They could maybe just fall back a little bit, try to bait Evolution Power into some crossfires or something like that. Zay out here. He'll be not quite ready enough. Headshot does come through. Zay brings it up to 4th, and yeah, it is indeed a timeout for the Stallions. They want to reassess things a little bit. I really like this timeout. You were in cruise control for a while. This round looked really sloppy. So just tighten the screws a little bit. Make sure you're aware of the tower angle there as well. But just kind of everybody getting caught out in transition, trying to rotate back over to the A sites. A bit of a timing issue there as well. JJ here goes for the big spray, jumping down. It didn't work out. And still got a lot of rounds to wiggle. Still some room. But fans in the audience sending their energy to Evolution Power Gaming, trying to rally them. The Stallions have been really, really good to start here. This Eagle Eye has looked fantastic.
It really has. On that stride, but he's starting to falter a little bit here, so call of the timeout. Make sure that the game plans are sound. Make sure that everyone's on the same page. 2 rounds away from drawing first blood. Taking that first step towards that 3rd place finish and getting that big jump up in the prize pool of $80,000.
So far, so good.
Tell the pressure's starting to mount, but
exactly.
Trying to shrug that off here. Stay focused in on the game.
Exactly. It's tough. Even if, you know, you feel like some of the pressure's off, you still know how much money is in that prize pool. You still want to show the world that you're going to be a force to be reckoned with for the future of CROSSFIRE.
Oh,
Oh, KLB already has the opener.
Trying to lead by example, staying tucked away. Lloyd does end up getting taken down, and while he's just tucked in, he just gets massacred. No, trying to lock down this connector position, but XQQ just a little bit faster on the jump. Leaving KLP now. Trying to be the hero. He's fast on this rotate around the back. C4 just now being planted, but XQQ so far, he's completely eluded capture. Out of the open, will be able to find one, but then, yep, XQQ on the reposition is able to strike to quickly shut it down. No clutch to be found. Evolution Power denying a value from that timeout, at least for the moment.
It looked like it was going to be a good round here for the Stallions. Initially find that first kill, but things just start to crumble around mid. Really getting the timing there, getting flashed up, having to hide behind boxes, and Evolution Power Gaming just reads the Stallions very, very well there. Really aggressive position.
That opening shot, can't find it, so quickly overwhelmed is KLP. No, able to find one, finds a second. Eventually does get flushed out, brings it now to a 3v3 with Zay out into the open and caught. JJ able to find that elimination, gets a ton of damage on the YZK, but can't quite confirm that kill. Has to avoid getting taken down himself, but he cannot. YZK eventually finds him. Now it's a 2v2. C4 brought forward, flank coming in. A little bit faster this time, but XQQ, as he turns back, cannot find the shot. Loy strikes once again. KLB over the top, gets the spot. Just trying to deny this plant and allow for his teammate to get into position, but never mind. He'll just be rewarded with it. Eventually finds the headshot. And with that round win, Stallions one more away from taking this map.
Man, just Loy doing things. Big things to buy a little bit extra time there. These rounds are scrappy, they're wild. Everybody trying to find those flank angles, trying to find that extra little something. Oh, we got the spot there. Nice work from XQQ. Quick up into the tower, saw the peak, punishes it instantly.
Bizarre lack of awareness there. To give up that angle for free. Not having it watched. Not watching it himself. KLB able to find one, brings this into a 2v3, a little bit more of a winnable situation, but still need to fight their way back forward. And that they've been going on these long rotates around these flanks. Got XQQ dialed in on this angle here. The pre-fire there from KLB, tries to breach that position. Some damage found, Loy continuing to try to deliver, but cannot get through the full forces here of EP.
A nice flash there from XQQ to set himself up. Throws it over the wall. He's right there. Staying in it. Gotta run some more rounds together. Maybe 3 in a row just to get to overtime here for Evolution Power. Stallions just need to hold on for one more round. This time they're setting up double. No JJ Hay. Right on top of each other at that A elbow.
Look how pacely, though, they're pushing forward here towards this position. KLP tucked away for a brief little moment there as YH turns to the left. JJ Hay going to be taken down. And now it's all on KLP. And he can't find anything. KLB, the only one really able to find any value thus far. And now he is dead. There's a run back from the side of EP. Looking realer and realer with every moment that goes by.
A nice check. XQQ playing his life. Takes a ton of damage, but
3 players on this push now.
Yep.
It's making this nigh impossible. Finds the first. Smoke at the ready, but just being circled, wrapped upon, and quick reaction, but still not able to find that kill. YH shuts him down, and EP continue to try to claw this back and get themselves into overtime.
Yeah, just some little things they're mentioning here. Just a complete absence of presence in mid. Evolution Power got the read of that quickly and just kept scaling forward. Able to take that link angle and just smother out the A site. 2 more to go, and we'll see some overtime. Stallions trying their best to avoid that. This time they're playing much safer, going back into a more standard default. 2-1-2, making sure that mid is accounted for. So the response here from Evolution Power Gaming is to just stack up and start making your way forward. They're not going to face any resistance until they get towards that B site. At least not yet. It seems like this is how the Stallions just want to play. Missing Util here. He's stalling things up momentarily.
Boy, can get a decent bounce on that frag. He might have been able to find a good amount of value, but a couple players now shifting out of the corner. It'll just be a light little touch there onto YH. These players still clustered up. Boy, with no vision. Oh, he's got a couple players there potentially in his line of sight. Zay does manage to take him down. No shutting down the entry, finds XQQ. Rather out into mid. KLB now trying to hold his own, but YH just a bit faster on the trigger. Takes him out of the equation, and Zay notes this flank, holds down the bridge. These rounds continuing to get further and further away from Stallions. And with another kill, KLP desperately trying to find something, but all he is going to be met with is death, just like the rest of his squad. One more round to go now to put us into overtime.
Oh boy. Evo Power coming right back into it. Just some great decision making in the macro sense. Able to just keep scaling forward. They're finding the gaps. You know, to be fair, it was left intentionally by the Stallions in this round. They're able to exploit them so effectively. This one probably going to slow up a little bit. I think Evolution Power Gaming knows that there isn't much fear inside of this Stallions, this young Stallions roster. They would want to maybe just come at them early in the round, so slow things up a little bit. Never know when they're going to try to go for a more aggressive position. You know, maybe they're going to try to push Hotel a little bit deeper because they're not expecting another B hit 2 times in a row, seeing if you can get away with that. Stuff like that is in your mind. They're just going to throw smoke over on the B side, but everybody playing pretty cautiously. Another smoke over at B. It's going to pull maybe JJ a little bit away. No. He's remaining in mid, and this is 100% the right call.
Solid enough read. 2 players about to take immediate contact out. No, holding close. Trying to swing back. But Mino able to chase in, finds the headshot, shuts him down immediately. And just like that, it's just an absolute death ball as the kill feed explodes. And it is all EP all day long. What a run back now completed. They send us into overtime here. Looking to take this map away.
Oh, not like this. The Stallions just couldn't hold it together.
We're sneaky, get him out of the building.
Yeah, Sneaky, if you're in there
off
watching,
the property.
Get out. You're banned.
Yeah. 200 yards away. Team has a restraining order.
Stallions back onto the BL side. Team's going 6-3. So these are big grounds to get on GR for EP if possible. LP up in the tower. Again, but
just a hair off being able to spot these. Jump peek there, but
I don't know if he saw it.
Would have been one hell of a flick had he been able to. Yeah, quite register there as Zay is pushing out a Hotel, pistol in hand. His hounds down, no, finds that kill, gets out, 9 HP. Looking to stick around, says, all right, well, I might as well just try to give my life for a bit more damage, if not a kill, but won't really be able to find it. KLB and KLP able to find a kill apiece. Brings them now into a player advantage situation.
A reaction from the Stallions there. Zay knew he was going to be under pressure, tried to swing the angle, saw the player coming up the stairs, couldn't convert. Now the Stallions just going to stall just a little bit. Minute on the clock. Throw out smokes all over the map. Make it tough to read what they're doing.
You know, just here. Side of the house. Spot on the 1. Gets the adjustment for the headshot, but KLB trades it back. Now a 3v2. Four going down. YH swooping around, is able to find one. YZK gets another. Loy dead. KLB needing to do it all. Gets a spot, gets the kill. YZK picked apart, and he will find the finisher. First round of overtime goes the way of Stallions, finding their first win in quite some time.
Yeah, getting that player advantage early allows them to get through here. Otherwise, this is probably a very different round. KLB coming up huge in the 1v2. Sweeps across for the final. Absolutely filthy. There's just no fear. Stallions there make the gutsy call to push up mid to B. They're able to get it to convert. Winning some of those early battles. XQQ.
Look at where EP have rotated to. Damn near everybody push forward here towards this A site. Nade's now flying. Minnow just recovering that vision a little bit too late, but as they try to retake, they get completely swept under the rug. Now all down to Zay. He's been fragging here in his own right, but this is just going to be a bridge too far. Loy to shut it down. Stallions to move up 11-9.
Good read, but they still can't stop it. I mean, on this BL side, the Stallions are just ferocious. They just keep going, and nobody can find their kills from their angles. For Evolution Power Gaming, 20 kills now for Loy. He has firmly solidified himself as the best player on the Stallions. Over on the other side, XQQ at 24. Zay with 18. Last round of the BL side here. Such a crucial one for Evolution Power to get. They can. Who knows? But they just don't look as sharp. Trying to hold these angles. They don't look as sharp. Trying to play more of those static positions. It's like both teams are happy to run and gun a little bit more on this map. 3-player lean over towards B. Evolution Power trying to line up and smoke out some of these players if they come through. That seems like the way. Oh, Board's going, goodness sake.
Quick little peek there from Zay. He's going to continue to rescale here. Does go decently red. Once again, down the 9 HP. Smoke at the top of the stairs here at the hotel. Give himself the best possible opportunity. Trade out for another, but already done fantastically here for the team to get that opener. Another cluster forward. YH going to be spotted and sprayed down. No, able to collect it. Much damage going to be taken in responses. XQQ's position now going to be under duress. Re-peeks, finds one. No, dead. Loy on the approach coming through connector. Gets the jump, but actually, no, XQQ still alive and still clutching. 3 kills for him. A round win in overtime for the side of EP.
That is unbelievably massive for XQQ. He looked like he was maybe going to get flushed out there from the flank angle being created. He somehow holds firm. Absolutely insane stuff from him.
Loy on the approach. Ends up going for YZK. I think that if you got XQQ in your sights, you always aim for him first.
Yes.
And we get that side swap. Stallions needing to try to get 2 in a row here.
Massive stack on the A side. This has been where most of the pressure came from for Evolution Power. And often where you're going to see a lot of the pressure on this map. It's just a little bit easier sometimes to get things going on A. But with Zay, not seeing anything over at Hotel. Dumping the util though, but are they going to fully commit, or is this a pivot to B?
Ooh, YH, I think he might have caught a glimpse there. KLB. Back around the corner, the push down coming through, and YH is able to breach that. JJA now trying to hold his own, but Mino able to drag across, finds the kill. Loy fighting back from 1. But now a 2v4. They make their way in through top mid. Push into the window, the spray and pray, and YH will be able to find it. Tied up 11-11. Evolution Power not looking to let Stallions get away with this.
Love the play call here. Just a little bit of a fake. Throwing all the smokes and flashes over towards A. It's all just a run up the gut because you have Zay over an Hotel who hasn't seen a damn thing. They felt a lot more comfortable going in that direction, and that's a great read for Evolution Power. Zay doing a tremendous job there for them in so many different regards. Obviously, he's having a whale of a time with the frags, but it's the way that he's been able to hold down this Hotel area. This time around, though, they're actually going to smoke off inside of there. Zay takes a bit of damage from a follow-up HE grenade. You come back over. This one going to be a little bit tougher. Seemingly, it just depends. How does No react? They might have found the timing. He swings off a bridge. Just get in here. They're being a little bit cautious about it. Wary of a trap.
Double stack setup here. A high-low. Try to slow up this approach, but for now, EP not fully committing to this one. Waiting for the timings. 3 players clustered up. Util in hand. Up and over the top goes the smoke. Pinch over from bridge still being attempted here. The slow slot forward from No. Has to just back away. Final bits of Util getting ready to come in. XQQ still a world away, starting to now pivot and join in with the rest of the team. It's a face forward here into this main approach. It's going to be the side of Stallions coming out on top. XQQ, his position is known. I just don't think the time is going to be there. Firm control here of this bomb, but they want to peek into him one after the other. And still close this one out. It's about to drop 30 in 22 rounds played. 23 as this one gets ready to expire.
Should just go. Just gonna have to hit crazy shots here. Not gonna have the time to plant.
Slowly creeping up. And just go for it right here. Opposite side of the gondola.
Wow, they did have time to plant.
Comes through. Nails the first shot, and suddenly there's an opportunity. Sees No's position, and he gets the hit. What a clutch from XQQ. Absolutely unbelievable. And you saw it right there. That one finger raised, because they know that that's all they need to close out this map now. One more round. And this guy is just on a different level at the moment here versus Stallions.
The 30 bomb. Oh my God. I thought he was just not going to quite have enough time, but KLP answers right back.
He does, but it's a hell of a lot more than that. Needs to take this into that golden round. For KLP, it has been a very rough go of things. Still in the single digits. Good first step here for Stallions. How much more can they find is the question. XQQ dialed in, trying to see if anyone peeks out here at A, but as JJ goes jumping across that window, not going to be able to find anything there.
A little bit of information given away there. A bit of spam. XQQ trying to lead the charge here. There's just too many players that are going to be here.
There's the jump peek, and how much info JJ got? Hard to say, but XQQ, he's just ready for that angle.
He's the only one. That's tough to read. A lot of times he plays on his own. Or Evo Power. So they actually send players back over towards B.
Nade to the corner. ALB. Backside, No. Trying to hold down connector, but counter spammed through the wall. Bank shot is there from YH, and Mino is able to find JJ Hay. This might just be it, as Loy will fall. Evolution Power. They run it to OT. They run it back, and they take this map for themselves. Eagle Eye is claimed, as they are now one more map win away from locking up third place.
What a game. What an absolute banger to start our third place matchup. And XQQ Shows us, I think it's the biggest kill count we've had in the tournament so far.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Unless we had something larger over on the B stream, didn't quite get to see all of the statistics from there, but you'd have to think that that's the biggest fragging performance that we've had so far. And to see it this late into the tournament as well. Impressive from XQQ. Significantly hotter start here for the side of Evolution Power. Still, granted, was a bit of a struggle, but they take Stallions' map pick away from them. As we now get ready to go over to Compound, I do believe, where all of this could be settled. Stallions still clearly with some fight in them, but struggling to get over that finish line, struggling to close it out, having it go to OT, getting that lead, struggling to get up to 12. The experience here of Evolution Power just shining through a little bit more, but we know that Stallions have that raw talent. We know that they have that ability to still be able to come back into this one. Be looking for a bit more aggression, a bit more decisiveness from them on Compound. We'll see if they're going to be able to deliver on those expectations as we come back after a quick little break.
If all that it's saying is true, there's a war before your eyes. Tell me, can you see right through? Right through, right through. Down through the wires and the pipelines. We go disconnecting from the city and the skyline. Counting up coins for a soda can, and there's nothing going on, no game plan, no plans. So I'm jumping out the fire, back into the frying pan. I'm trying to disconnect from the stats and the spray tans.
We are back, and it's been a grueling loss here in the first map for the side of Stallions. Their pick of Eagle Eye goes the way of Evolution Power after a tight-knit overtime round. It's going to be the Chinese squad holding their heads a little bit higher now, having match point under their belts. So we look to our next map here to see if this is going to be a 2-0 affair and get third place locked up nice and quickly, or if Stallions will be able to extend this to a third and final.
Yeah, this is a map that the Stallions struggled on against AG.AL. It was the decider there. They lost 10-5. Had a tough time finding their footing. It's, I believe, the only time we've seen it from them this tournament. So and we didn't get to it in their match against Al-Qadsiya. So they clearly feel somewhat comfortable on it, but it isn't their first choice of maps.
We've seen that plenty of times throughout the tournament where teams feel comfortable on it, but it doesn't necessarily go their way. Looking at you, Rock. Sorry. Just a brutal port to watch.
Yeah, dude, that's just kicking a man while he's down there, my friend.
Hey, dude, walking away from this with more money than I got. So
that's true.
Doing all right. But first to defend here for the side of Stallions is Evolution Power, just quickly looking to try to take some control over mid.
Playing pretty static here early. Nothing too crazy being shown by the Stallions in their GR setup. Player out front a little bit, but on both sides of the map, but that's it. Still hanging on to a ton of their util as well. So they're waiting, try to find some timings with their smokes. And their flashes. AJ Hay let loose a little bit. KLP finds the first one. Good start for him after a rough map one. See if he can keep it going. It's right down long A, and he follows up with a smoke there to cut off that angle. Now they can lean mid.
Really rocky first map for him. Only played on the team for the longest time. He wasn't in double-digit kills, so getting off to a hot start. Trying to shut down this momentum from EP. Going to be critical. It's KLB for the moment, just bouncing back and forth, and still will be able to find one. Nice little shots there. Repeaks to get himself a second. Big moves here from the IGL is to try to push our way back into this one. XQQ still standing for a brief little moment. Gives him a bit of hope, but quickly does get snuffed out. As that is going to be Stallions finding the opening round.
Yeah, it's one of those rounds where that opening pick is such a difference maker because you're able to follow it up with a smoke right away and then just sit back towards mid and towards B. Make those quick rotations. Great job by KLB. Holding the line. Huge stuff from the IGL for the Stallions. Comes through with just massive impact in that round. The leap down with the USP into the repeak. Disgusting stuff. KLP this time, they're going to tuck JJ Hay in behind this box. So they're anticipating that there's going to be a play here from Evolution Power to try to flush him out of this angle.
Needs to be a damn good flashbang. Swing out. Okay, first shot, not going to connect. JJ Hay now going to try to get played in, but Zay does manage to hound him down, finds KLP at the same time. So while it is an opening kill going the side of Stallions, the trade up is there. C4 now being brought forward, continuing on this A main route. Flank attempt going to be coming through. XQQ here in mid. I don't think he's going to be able to see this one. He's missed it, and Loy can just slot right through the window. Turn back from Minnow. It's a bit of damage exchange there. Still not being granted this line of sight, though, and now XQQ, he's re-wrapped in to join in with the rest of the team, so completely misses the chance to get the jump there on Loy.
Great recognition by Mino that that would be possible. He just can't punish it. Trying to get through onto the site. Loy's here. Got some backup from No. Try to smother out this choke. XQQ going to try to create that extra angle. They're going to need him to go big.
Crossfire set up here. No, able to find Zay. As he gets himself another. That's going to be YZK taken down. Minnow and XQQ, however, joining in together. Their forces combined, looking strong, but KLB, quick peek out. Step down onto one. Flashbang sent through. Before on the floor, gets the spot out. And oh! What a one-tap from XQQ, lightning fast.
dude is just feeling it today. Every clutch he's in, it just seems like he's winning it time after time. Unreal stuff from XQQ. Gets the spot. Woo!
Takes a second to think about it as well. Good Lord. That's going to be a brutal one. Stallions likely feeling like they were going to be very well favored in that round.
Yeah, the CROSSFIRE setup was brilliant. Noah was holding the line really nicely, but it's XQQ just took his time coming up through his own smoke there. They're going to keep putting some pressure down. It's JJ Hay on his own this time. Shifting the sniper positions around a little bit are the Stallions. He's going to know there's some shots ringing through. They're trying to pre-fire this angle just in case, but just gives them a little bit of mid-control. Leave a player behind to watch. Flank just in case. Very, very quiet about this initially. Double setup.
Bit of a high-low of their own. Just peeking in behind his teammate. In case this push ends up coming through, but if they smoke it off, might just have to be some fishing attempts through. Let's see if we can find a kill. Nope, never mind. Just going to be an unassisted peek as YH loses his life. Boy, flashed up, refaces in, is able to find one more before getting taken down to KLB. Quick scope finds a Zay. 2v4 now. A 1v4. As a swoop in. XQQ still deadly, still demanding respect, and still in with a shout to potentially try to win this one out, but it's not looking good for his odds. Spots one. Both. Finds it, draws the pistol out. Ooh, and JJ Hay narrowly gets that kill. 4 health surviving. It's Stallions back into the lead.
Oh my God. I thought for a second he was going to do it. Thought the 1v4 was going to happen. But man, oh man. Just a quick enough reaction from JJ. And it is going to be 1 round up for the Stallions. Flash out here right in front of KLP, so to respond with a flash of his own just to make sure he's safe. But it's a little bit of a pause here to talk for the Stallions. Figure out how they want to start getting through some of these rounds. Mino going to take some damage there. JJ at the other end of things here at Long A. They're going to keep their way forward. It's been part of the game plan for them. Try and keep these players in a busy.
Refire, just spamming that angle. JJ Hay going to be good for 1. Some damage dealt to the others, but a 4v4. Shots over there towards house. XQQ having to reposition, but they're on the hunt. They're looking for him. They're going to be able to find him. Loy, a great little chase. Cleans up that kill. As Mino now tries to occupy that space. Peek out, might have been able to find one, but Lloyd does go ahead and tuck back around the corner fast enough, so it's going to be the tag timeout call now. I suspect from the side of Evolution Power. See if they can still somehow rescue this round.
Yeah, they're just not finding much purchase. Trying to brute force their way into some of these sites. You know, Flash doesn't catch on to JJ and lose a player out in the mid. Every angle you're trying here is being matched. These snipers are a real issue. Find ways to disrupt them with some util maybe. ALB has been nasty over here. Oh.
Lobs it in. Mino going to take it down. Zay and YZK able to find one apiece. 2v2. They're both tagged up, still relatively healthy to try to make a go of this. Players from the side of Stallions playing split. Just waiting for No to get into position, try to attack at the same time. Way through. Some shots out here. ALP swinging forward. Now going to be spotted, but turns back. Finds Zay and gets the cleanup as well. Defuse to come in. Stallions to maintain the lead now 3-1.
Yeah, I think it just needs to be a change in game plan here. The initial ideas for Evolution Power not really working on their map pick. They need to stabilize quickly. Can't let the Stallions start running away with things. Let's see what Nice wants to do. Just having a tough time at a lot of different positions on the map. Every time they walk through a choke, they're getting cut down 2-3 players. If it isn't for XQQ, you'd be down 4-0 right now.
Yeah. Clean stuff here from Stallions thus far. Let's see if the tack timeout is going to change the state of affairs here for Evolution Power. I mean, it was a little bit of a rough first start for them on the first map, and then saw them really streak some rounds together.
Yeah, even after a Stallions timeout on the previous map, they were still just fine. They just kept rolling. Just try to get some rounds together here. Give yourself a little bit of confidence. And get back into this map a little bit. And Nice trying to rally the troops here. Probably trying to give some words of encouragement to YZK. He's had a struggle here on this map so far. Only one kill for him. I want to see him get a few more eliminations, get him into this match, and maybe you can just start taking over.
For Stallions, until it pops up and says that you are the winners of the map, it's not over.
Right.
We've seen that there on Eagle Eye. Still having to stay focused in here. Looking to get themselves into an advantageous position before the side swap.
Decent frag. Let's YH up a bit. Oh, what a shot from XQQ.
He's at it again. 6th kill here for him. Considering a peek of the window, and oh, that's going to be a spot out there onto Loy. Question is, has Loy seen him? Well, maybe not, because he drops down right into the crosshair, and that's XQQ in with another. To go on the peak, but actually looks at the call back. Rotating back through this position, playing this safely, and I really like this little push and pull here from the side of EP. Not looking to overextend it because of the silence. Stallions come searching. They are only finding death. KLP going to be able to find one. Take Zay there out of house in mid. This has allowed though for XQQ to continue to scale forward, and now this B site is completely open for the taking.
Well, that's one way to deal with it. I mean, you've been putting so much pressure at long A. Go the other direction at long B and just put your best player forward and let him just open up the round for you. KLP going to go for the long flank. JJ Hay just trying to buy a little bit of time from the door.
Double nade over towards JJ Hay, tags him up a bit. XQQ sending his as well, turns back, notes the flank, clears that out. And this round is all XQQ all day long. JJ Hay just hightailing it out of there. The C4 will detonate. That's going to be Evolution Power. Bring the gap now to just one round between these two teams.
Give the man the 5th. He's earned it.
And will deny it away. Man, what a performance from XQQ there. Still plenty more work to be done.
That's just unbelievable, and he just turns right at the perfect moment to deal with the flank. I was a bit worried there for a second when he's throwing util at JJ. For that early kill potential.
Oh, nade in. That's huge value from Loy.
Whoa.
Look at the HP bars there. Slides back, 47 health behind. Frag grenade going to be shorted. Doesn't manage to actually find anything here. It's like XQQ maybe you're going to linger around for a little bit longer, but yeah, just going to be a dump of that nade and now a reposition. That's an immense amount of damage dealt.
Unbelievable. Everybody tagged up at least a little bit. XQQ trying to push.
Oh, nearly the catch there on the KLP out in the mid. Quickly repositions, survives about 20. XQQ continues to deliver. Loy now taken down. KLB just peeking the corners here. XQQ saying, yeah, try that again. Smoke comes up here in his face, so he'll just go ahead, back away, joins in with the rest of the team for a moment. Like Zay maybe willing to try his luck here, reaching this position. At the same time, the rest of the team now trying to push their way up through top mid. Get a cut across. Got one here on the side, KLP looking for the shot. Drops back down onto the low ground, KLB trying to pull back to go and protect here. A bit of a crossfire, but has to re-peek in towards main. His head on a swivel, where he will lose his life, but KLP, no. Finding one apiece, KLP finding a second, but Zay dropping down into the site, is able to find the kill, but now that C4, it's right there in the hands of No, and the frag grenade does not go deep enough to be able to find him. No others to try to commit into this one, so they're just gonna have to push forward through the smoke. Bomb does get recovered. No, can't quite fish for that kill. Plant coming in and Zay holding the door. He will shut him down. And it's another round opened up, jump-started here by XQQ.
Yeah, I like the way that now starting to try to bait out the Stallions a little bit as the side of EP. They are happy to just like push a little bit further forward and then, okay, we're gonna fall back. The Stallions just get a little overeager to try to set up that extra space.
Think about like how that round had started as well. That nade lob in, just
yeah.
I think everybody's so very low, but when XQQ is just one-tapping people, unless you're able to strike a little bit faster, it just doesn't really matter.
Needs that 1 HP. As long as he's got that gun in his hand.
And look at the lopsidedness of the kills once we get him back up on the screen. XQQ 10, Zay at 8, everybody else no more than 2.
KLP is 10 as well. He's having a great map.
It's a big rebound, but we're not seeing that same impact from Loy like we were getting on Eagle Eye. Got those two working in conjunction. Likely looking at, you know, a 4-2, maybe even a 5-1 at this stage.
Nothing unorthodox just yet from EP. They use that smoke over at short A. There's been a counter smoke early from the Stallions. It's been a bit of a weak spot for them the last couple of rounds. It creates some attention at A. REP, but just waiting this out. They've established pivot point for themselves. It's just, are they going to be able to hold on to it long enough? Is KLP going to strike?
Players pushing from mid, need to try to call it distraction, but no, Zay just swings that corner, he finds the headshot before KLP can even try to ring one off. No, and Loy answering back with a couple kills, but the damage taken is so severe. Zay with a frag grenade, lobbing that one forward, won't be able to find that kill. Just get avoided, but he's gonna get himself tucked in here. Mino is gonna be able to find both of the finishers here. The lead now established by the side of EP.
3 in a row. After that timeout, Evolution Power much on the same page. And these opening shots now starting to land for them. They're starting to hit their stride. They're starting to hit their momentum. Comes that mid push out.
Ooh, bit of a rare whiff there from XQQ. Doesn't get the second attempt, but I know that his mid control very firmly in hand here for the side of Stallions at the moment. And KLP challenges a bold one, and he comes away with the kill, getting the better of XQQ. So Raid Boss down here for the moment. Frag grenade lob on the corner, hits a splash onto 3. Cleanup is looking good here as the aggressive plays out into mid. Work a treat here. Swing onto the corner, and that's going to be Zay taken down. Great response round here for Stallions. Bringing it back to parity. Either side now, able to be favored at the half.
They were just so shook, or EP on that push out. But they never respond. They had tons of util. They never threw a damn thing. And then you just keep pushing forward as Stallions. Just keep using that individual skill to your advantage. And EP the whole time just kept thinking, surely they back off now, right? Well, they just kept pressing forward. Now they've got long B control. So they're able to stack 3 towards that A site and trying to get in there. So difficult, especially if you're coming through the long choke. That far door is a death row. 4 players trying to enter in. That's the way they end up going. LB tucked in the corner in one of the cubicles. Boy, right there, they've got the window position. I mean, if you try to come through here, this better be the best util. I think wisely, they're changing ideas. Look at this flank, though. Look at how aggressive KLP is.
It's a double push out. Even has backup. Not that it was needed. XQQ once again dead off the rip here. Critical opening frag found by KLP. Continuing to deliver here for the team. More pressure on the side of EP. Stallions set the stage to make this 5-4 in their favor.
You got the raid boss down. Again, you're still looking at YZK with only 1 kill. Get it going. Try to find some value here. Maybe turn this round on its head. No bouncing in the corner. Not sure if YH saw him doing that. Either way, he doesn't like it. Doesn't like the free space they're being given. Just trying to decide if he can suss out which side is actually weaker. Going to be tough to do. Stallions haven't given you much info.
It's going to be raw contact here from the side of Loy. Just managed to find 2. KLP spamming away, able to find 1 more there, and JJ Hay will have the finisher. So 5-4. Stallions, once again, narrowly favored here at the half as we get ready to swap sides.
Now let's see how good this GR side is for EP. Coach trying to get into YZK's head, get him fired up. Correct some of the mistakes that he's seeing. Get him involved. I feel like XQQ is still going to be good for some damage. Zay has caught him in the kill count. Okay, coming down this angle. Worried that somebody's going to be tucked in behind that box. So you can see, it's actually a pretty aggressive posture that EP is taking on the map right now. Both of the mains outside of the sites, and just having YZK with a sniper. Locking down that mid to A angle. Can they kind of get this going? Gotta go back and pick up that C4.
Yeah, just a smoke at top mid here. Vision denial on the KLP for the moment. C4 now going to be scooped up, and multiple players starting to rotate their way across towards this B site. Some shots coming through. C4 still lingering towards A, so it seems like it's going to be an attempt at a fake at their own here, perhaps. What kind of attention they can pull towards this side of the map, but now the pivot back through. So 3 players, though, from EP, situated on A.
He's looking for an angle through the vents. Can't find what he likes. Try to get an extra angle created here for EP. They've got a decent read on this so far. Saw that they struggled whenever they tried to come through these A doors. A in an awkward position.
It's not going to have much cover.
Yeah.
Now sights start turning over here towards this position. Flash grenade catching on all 5. As they turn from it, but still not making a peep. Frag grenades starting to fly. And there's just the opening volley of kills coming through. As in the blink of an eye, they all just get mowed down. And that's the first round of the half going the way here of EP, tying it up.
Just steady defense, that's all it takes. Nothing flashy, nothing special. They just walk into that death row. Down go the Stallions, hide up again. Okay. Spamming through some boxes. Again, nobody pushed out that far just yet. Let's see if he wants to try to maybe later in this round get a little bit aggressive at this position. Maybe that's something that Stallions noticed in some of the tape. They were prepping for this map. XQQ. A little bit careful there. Gets out okay. Checking that box. Anticipating that maybe he had fallen back there. They're using a ton of util to clear this out, though. So you're going to have
invested.
Yeah, a bunch of AGs left for EP.
And ready to go. Smoke onto the A side here at top mid. YH starting to reposition. Smokes out. Frag grenade. Nope, not going to get too much of a catch there. Why they get avoided. Player stacked there in the house. Now starting to drop their way down. they are going to be storming their way up towards this B site. Some flashes go in, up and over the top. XQQ able to find the first, looking for the second. Gets the shot. Oh, midair onto KLB. Takes him down. C4 now on the floor. The wrap around the back. Lloyd trying to hold his own, is able to do so, finding 2 kills. XQQ now going to be flushed out, and that leaves YZK and Minnow to try to pick up the pieces. Lloyd still breathing. Last one standing here for the side of Stallions. They look to reestablish a lead. Takes time, lands the C4, but right as he tries to turn, change which angle he's watching. That's when YZK strikes. The round ends up going over to EP.
Yeah, the Stallions, I like the way they're slow walking their way up into this site. Trying to keep their opponents guessing on what they're actually going to be end up, thinking about in terms of where they want to land, but a lot of those flashes come through, don't really connect, and XQQ holds the line from the server room. He's good for 2. He's just so clean with it.
Pause going to be called here. Stallion side. Regardless of the outcome, but the coach certainly going to be hoping that they manage to tie this one up. Swing coming in. Counter swing not going to be seen. Minnow keeps it quiet, plays this patiently. Could lead to him having the jump here. It's XQQ for that headshot. Nade's now out, just trying to play Minnow in on this angle. And now he can strike. Not quite managing to find 3, however. Does get taken down, but XQQ going to be good for another. Draws with a pistol. Gets himself a second kill as well. And that leaves Noah and JJ Hay to their own devices now on a 2v3.
At least you saw the flank.
We're still being brought around. YH is tucked there below the stairs. Inside of this B site. Neither player really getting the spot on the other here in the scene. But never mind. YH, he has spotted it out. Swaps to the pistol. There's frag grenade. It's only a touch of damage. 3 HP lost. The swing in. A shot connecting. JJ going to be tagged up once again. C4 in hand, a minute to play with. What does the call look like? What does he try to do?
You gotta have that internal clock ticking as EP. How long does it take him to wrap to the other side? Already sent a player over there. YZK be waiting. Trying to keep track of both the long A and the short A angles.
He certainly has the time to make the rep. They're well aware of that, so it's like YZK trusting in him to hit the shot, and if he doesn't, trusting in the remaining 2 players to be able to close this out. But it will be the former as YZK takes it down. That tactical timeout looking like it is very needed. You can see here the stress starting to mount on this Stallions team.
Yeah, No is really starting to feel the pressure. Hopefully we can get tanks in there, steady the ship a bit. The boys heads back on a little bit straighter. Still hitting some okay shots here and there, but got some of these players just really feeling it. XQQ in particular. They just really stalwart, especially when they get over to this GR side. That's where they become a real nuisance. And I think this just has to be mostly mental stuff. You just have to be getting these young guns situated, trying to find the right words to tell them, hey guys, I know it feels like, came in today with, the world on your shoulders. You felt like maybe you could carry that weight. Don't worry, you're still in this. You're still good enough. You've seen what you can do a couple of these halves. You've taken it right to one of the best teams in the world in Evolution Power Gaming. So just trust in yourselves. See what you can get done here. See if we can go out on a high note.
I mean, all things considered, again, it just feels like this is a Stallions, widely playing with house money. It's wanting to try to lift that pressure off their shoulders, let them play their own game, have fun with it.
Yeah.
That's certainly something to try to be focused on, so we'll see if that timeout has righted the ship here, or if it's going to continue to sink. EP 3 rounds away from closing this out and locking up that 3rd place match for themselves, as well as the 80K that comes along with it.
Watching the tight angle here. YZK. So smokes out.
Also off the angle, right as the pushes start to come through. Flash grenade catching on to several. Frag grenade lobbed in a little bit deep. Not going to find too much damage. Push, however, still getting ready to come in. But YZK able to find the first repeaks. Finds himself a second. Draws at the pistol. Gets an immense amount of damage in. As now you've got Zay out from main. Setting up this crossfire and bounding forward. And just like that, Evolution Power beat them back.
Huge hold from YZK right when you need him most. Again, having a bit of a struggle here early, but he got the sniper in his hands and he's playing it so well. Gets up into that window and plays his life. Knows he can drop down and do more damage. Knows that he has Zay there to back him up. And Evolution Power Gaming 2 rounds away from getting third place here at EWC 2025 Crossfire. A nice shot from him.
Oh. Right through the shin. And it's now the wall bang there. Not able to find the kill, but certainly gets a lot of damage in. And YH takes down Loy. Hoping to keep his teammate protected there. So they just nearly miss each other through the smoke. No trying to go on this push. It's a spot out, gets the kill. Minnow going to be taken down. First step towards recovering this round and trying to run this back. Potential flank out from the A side, but YH still under so much duress is able to fight back, find that kill. No, now trying to persevere, a 1v2. Tucked in, but the nade. Oh, it betrays him a bit, but no, he swings out. Finds that headshot. Now it's the raid boss of XQQ on the other side, but the C4 needs to be recovered. It looks like he's gonna go around the world. Big pivot, but XQQ. Decent little read. Just how far is he gonna go for this one? It seems like it's gonna be all the way back through main, across the connector, potentially into mid. I don't know if XQQ is gonna get a read on this one at all.
I don't know if either of them can quite anticipate what the other is doing here.
XQQ is certainly not watching for this angle here at the moment. He's about to swoop out into the open. He's got the spot, and no, he's got it done. Player's been wearing the stress there on his sleeve for all to see, but still managing to persevere to try to keep them alive here in this series.
Some players rise up even when they're stressed. Seems to be a focusing factor, and certainly was for No in that round. What a great maneuver there to get into the spawn as well. They knew they needed to break open that chokehold on the A site. A lot of damage done to KLP though.
It's again, QQ just trying to play in this angle for Minnow. Try to keep him disguised on the other side of this wall. Nades do still come through. Tags him up a bit. QQ on the repeak. A lot of it going to be coming down to this rifle just around the corner should this push continue, but it looks like Stallions going to be rethinking this, at least pumping the brakes for a moment. C4 to be recovered. Rotation to come through. They're not going to be falling into this trap, at least not the lion's share of the team. A couple players still going to be lingering around.
They want to keep them away from this as much as they can. Grenade there, not going to catch. Counter grenade doesn't either. It's just trying to make yourself look stronger than you are here on the B side. Really trying to almost double bluff as XQQ, that he's so nervous about being under pressure that that he's trying to just spam through the door with the pistols. Try to keep them completely unaware that there's a player here.
Gives up the spot. Takes one down with him for his troubles. There's XQQ instantaneously able to find the kill there on to No, and YZK now step with a long angle with the sniper. Eventually going to be flushed out as KLP is able to find him, but KLP himself has fallen. His EP close out the round, denying this run back. Now just need the one more. Stallions, do they have it in them?
They play that well, even though the timing gave a little bit of opportunity for the Stallions there, trying to make their move. The rotations were so fast over from YZK in particular, getting there with that sniper. They're able to close it down. 16 for Zay, 15 for XQQ. She's going to be close to putting up 50, depending on how many more rounds we play between just 2 sets.
What's he at now? 47.
Yeah.
Been a masterful performance from him. One that I'm sure in hindsight he's going to be wishing that he could have had in the previous series to try to qualify into the grand finals, but third place, certainly nothing to shake a stick at, not in this tournament.
No.
Not with the opposition that's been here as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much, you know, you could argue this is the biggest CROSSFIRE tournament that there ever has been. Get third here.
So far.
So far. Till next year.
Finals at the end of the year still.
That's true, that's true.
So this is going to be the new bar set. We're going to level things up even further. Let's see, though. Is this going to be the conclusion? As XQQ gets himself in around the back, the spot on the 1, and he's going to play this out quietly. Let's see if he can try to maybe breach this angle. But eventually says, okay, I got to just go ahead and take the shot. Get the guaranteed kill. Rather than gamble. Finds that one. Everybody else, though, pushing forward in towards what is otherwise an empty B site. But you've got players nearby enough to try to reflood and retake this space. Minnow on that swing. Ends up losing his life. KLP able to find the first. To try to fly through, and no, gets involved in the effort here as YZK ends up getting taken down. Zay trying to push forward. Ends up falling to the wayside. It seems like that opening kill, that sneaky beaky play from the side of XQQ. It's not going to matter too much. Unless they can pull off this massive clutch, but they're taking the right steps. YH, he's been able to find 2 quick kills, but now he has to find the remainders. Spots on the both. He just can't get it done. 2 more rounds to go. Stallions trying to run their way forward into overtime.
Well, this is just kind of a head scratcher for me for EP. You get that huge flank. I thought that XQQ had seen quite a few players there. They should know they're leaning B, and they leave the site wide open, trying to retake through there. Very, very difficult. Again, the chokes on this map so narrow on the entrances to the sites. If you can get those crossfires set up on them, you get those long angles for the snipers like KLP, you're able to just lock things down. Kind of a wonky one there. For some reason, they seem to be really respecting that it was going to be a mid-pivot, but XQQ was there. Oh well. Still 2 rounds to play with, potentially. For some pop shots. Smoke is out, so usually it's been pretty quick off the back of that smoke that Stallions wants to make their move, but they're pausing a little bit this time.
Hit on the YH. Not actually going to find contact. Must have went a little bit deeper there. That's up from no. Super suspicious about that house position. C4 now in hand, being brought back across into mid.
I think you just fall back here now as EP. Just play to smother whatever execute that Stallions come up with. Stallions need to, I think, show a bit of a fake here. See if they can pull the rotations. Get into those post plants. That's where you can really just shut these rounds down.
Right up here in front, immediately dealt with. No, able to find that one. Loy going to be taken out at the same time by XQQ as YZK tries to fight for a little bit more, but cannot find anything. Zay now needing to try to be the hero here on the site. Finds the first, finds himself a second, turns back, gets himself a third, and brings it now into a 2v1. The players close by. The flashbang not going deep enough to actually get a connection here on the JJ. Hey, he's going for a quick little peek back through the window. E4 now commits to the plant. Tries to separate, gets the spot here on the 1, but eats some damage on that entry. And from above, Minnow will strike him down. 10-7, 2-0 in the series. Evolution Power lock up third place here at EWC.
What a bounce back today. A rough start for them today, but ending on a high note. Getting into that third place position. Evolution Power Gaming certainly had higher hopes in this event, but they are going to come through with a nice third place finish. Some extra money in the pocket, but the Stallions, man, what a valiant effort they put up in this event. Getting into this fourth place position, defying expectations, defying the odds. should have a lot to be